It's Madden NFL 24. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He's one of the league's best, currently third in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Vikings and the Falcons coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Hamler now to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go right back to the Longu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the give is the Longu. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Now it's Nwangu. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back to Nwangu again on first down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Nwangu. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So here's a 3rd and 14. Now back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of his first. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Another run now for Nwangu. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. It got his man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 75 yards. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And complete to Drake London. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Still going. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Trying the left side with Algier. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tyler Algier, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. Hamler now to return it. And he returns this to the 22. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. On the run is Nwangu. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And the Vikings first down.
Now a first down throw. Fields completes this one to Thornton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run. A first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Fields on first down. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll run with Nwangu. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Falcons' 10-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. That is caught. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's second and 10. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Back to throw again. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Algier going straight ahead. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it first and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it second and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields. He's got his man, Thornton. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hands it off out of the gun. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Well, they knew who to turn to on fourth down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. the gun. They'll look to throw. Robinson's got it. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run for it with Algier. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And they'll run again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. Spot of the football going to remain right where it is. Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kene Nwangu with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Deonte Banks with it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
On first down, it's Fields. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. There's Jefferson to pull that in. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Minnesota.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
left to throw again. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Forcing the incomplete pass on 4th down and then roughing the passer.
Your offense was ready to roll, ready to get out on the field and take over. Instead, self-inflicted. Now they have to stay on the field and play.
Got a man that's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead's down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll go right back to Nwangu. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Throw out wide is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the 4th quarter. And now they're in the hurry-up.
At the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Out left and complete to Thornton.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
On first down, Fields. He lets one go deep for Addison.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
Charles, a lot of